Rabbi Kaplan, please.
Okay. I wanted to talk tonight about the union of small impressions. I don't know what the title of the talk should be, but meanwhile, the title will be Small Impressions. A person goes around in the world, everything he sees and everything he hears makes an impression on him. But the impression is very small, very delicate. He doesn't even notice in himself. Life is like the stone of Rabbi Akiva, that there were drops and drops that kept falling, and then they made a hole in the stone. And it's Yodua the Hezber, the world says over from Rabbi Yisrael Salanter, every drop, there were, let's say, 10 million drops fell in the stone and they made a hole. Doesn't mean that the 10 millionth drop made the hole in the stone. Every drop did something. It was so small, it was just a half a molecule, if there is such a thing, that the drop took off. And then the 10 million drops added up and it became a hole. But every drop makes a small, slight impression. Same thing is with a person. Everything he sees and everything he hears makes a very, very slight impression on him. And in the end, they add up. They could add up, and something could happen. Some change could become in the person. What got me thinking is that I came across the Gemara in Shabbos Daf Kuf Nun Omid Beis. The Gemara says, "Ma'aseh b'chosid echod," that some stones fell down in the fence that surrounded his vineyard. And he walked by on Shabbos and he saw there was an opening in the fence. And Ganovim could come and steal grapes. And he thought, I better fix the fence over there. Which is mutter on Shabbos. It's mutter. Hirurim mutarim. It's mutter to think about doing a malacha. But we're talking here about a chosid. A chosid. It means somebody does lifnim mishur sadin. Chosid, the Mesil Sharma explains that he means he doesn't just do what's written. He thinks, what does Hashem want? What's the Ratzon Hashem that a person should be? And in this case, you could say the Chosid thought to himself, is this what Hashem wants? That there should be a second in the Shabbos that I think about Malacha? Is this what Hashem wants me, the way Hashem wants me to be on Shabbos? And because of that, he decided that he's not going to fix the fence. He's going to just leave it the way it is, and whatever will be, will be. And that's what he did. And a tzlaf tree grew in that place and blocked the opening in the wall. And not only it blocked it, only a tzlaf, there's many benefits you can have from that tree. There's the fruit, there's the klipas of the fruit you could use. And he had benefit from that tree. Also, min hashamayim, they helped him that the pirza got blocked. So I was thinking, in the middle of the week also he doesn't want to fix the fence. The is that if he felt this ma'aseh b'chosid echad, the chosid echad felt if he would fix that fence in the middle of the week, so he would always have the impression that this came this part of the fence that I built came from the decision, the thought and the decision that I made on Shabbos, on that Shabbos, to build this piece of fence. And that impression, that slight impression that he had, that this came from thinking on Shabbos, every time he would go by there, it would add another slight impression and another slight impression. This wall was built from the thought, the Hirhurim of Melacha on Shabbos, the Hirhurim on Shabbos of Melacha. This piece of fence comes from the being mevatel, the dveikis in Kedushas Shabbos for a split second or a few split seconds. From that this comes. And the impression that this piece of fence would make on him could add up and add up and add up every time he goes by it. Into feeling that it's possible to take a break from the dveikis in Kedushas Shabbos and think about in Yonei Chol. Rabbi Avram ben Rambam in the Sefer HaMaspik Lovdei Hashem, he talks about the dveikis that a person has on Shabbos, and he says that on Shabbos you should be in a matzav that there are voices around you and you don't hear anything. You're so dovek in Kiddush, you don't hear what's going on around you. That's what Rabbi Avram ben Rambam writes about Kedushas Shabbos. We're so far from that. We don't even know what it means, Kedushas Shabbos. I have to admit, Barabim, that by me, Shabbos means eating better. Shabbos is cholent. I eat at people's houses, and I'm very careful. If I ever go to a house where the cholent is not so good, I'm careful not to go to that house in the daytime, only at night. Well, if I'll go eat there in the day and the cholent is not good by them, so where am I going to have Shabbos to get cholent? Cholent mataheyalov. Oy lano, that we're on such a low madrega that that's what Shabbos is by us. And look at what this chassid, where he was holding, this slight impression that came into him of being mahar and melach on Shabbos. He was afraid and he was careful not to be mechazik that impression, not to strengthen that impression. Kilo, the impression of Hirhurim of Malach on Shabbos was nosei perish. Something came out of that machshava. Something happened, a malacha happened, which he benefited from it in the middle of the week, from that, which that machshava on Shabbos was the shorish of it. That means the b'shas he was mechashiv that machshava about fixing the fence. It made a slight impression, but you can try the best you can to erase that impression, or better say, you could let that impression evaporate by itself. Forget about what you thought. But if he would let something come out of it, and he would build the fence in the middle of the week even, so it would come out that machshava, that hero of Malach on Shabbos. So it's mechazik, something came out of it. That the impression stays. But now you're being mechazik that impression. That's already, that could already bring a karirus, a coldness in the whole union of Shmiras Shabbos. It's Yodua, and there was a tzaddik in Yerushalayim, I don't know his name, that when there was first, it started happening that cars started driving into Yerushalayim on Shabbos. So he went out and he screamed, Shabbos, Shabbos, Shabbos. Even when the cars went further Shabbos. So they asked them, they don't hear you anymore. So he said, I'm not screaming for them, I'm screaming for me that I should hear. I'm screaming that I should hear. What kind of terrible thing it is.
Rabbi Kaplan,
War.
I just reminds me of a story, Bereshutcha, when I was a Yelid once, and we went to shul, and we were screaming, Shabbos, Shabbos. We lived in Tapil Mizrach, maybe. So I asked, they said, yeah. So I asked Rav Yankov Meir Shechter many, many years ago, and he said like this. He says, we're yelling, exactly what you said. We're not yelling that they should stop. I said that, your question. We're yelling for us. And it's important to yell. Rav Yankov Meir Shechter was not a super canoid.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, Rav Yaakov Meir Shechter is one of the tzadikei ador. In fact, you just reminded me that I got a phone call with a recording that said that Rav Tzvi Meir had a baby, a grandson, and it said that I think the bris was Shabbos Chol Hamoed Sukkos, and the recording said that the Olam is going to go to Rabbi Yaakov Meir Shechter from Ezra's Torah, Rabbi Tzvi Meir's Minyan. They're going to go to Meir Sharm, to Rabbi Yaakov Meir Shechter, to have him do the bris, and then they're going to go back and have the Suda on Shabbos. You see what Rabbi Tzvi Meir, he considers him one of the Tzadikei Ador, that they're going to take such, it's in the standards of here, it's a long walk, isn't it?
Yes.
From Ezra's Torah to Meir Sharm, they're going to go. I'm sure they could find a moil in the Ezra's Torah area, or have somebody come to them. But no, they're going to walk all the way to Meir Sharm to have him be the moil. So you see, but Tochazi Kama Nofish Chele Din Lana, what a tzaddik that is, Yaakov Meir. It's a Nazal Inyan. So I'm saying that's what's going to happen. And the screaming, he said he's screaming Shabbos, so that he should remember it's Shabbos. It's like saying, like somebody would say, a guy will come and bring a plate of chazer, and he'll say, it's so tasty, I ate it, it's so tasty. But that creates a nisayon by you. Even for a second, you could think, oh, it's tasty, maybe I should eat it. Nobody would even enter the mind to think of eating the chazer. It's almost like saying, you can't eat it. It's not there. I mean, the Chazal said you should say, I can't eat it, but Ovi Shabbat Shamayim Gozer Alai.
You're not, I can't eat it. I want to eat it.
I want to eat it. But the feeling is, but after the Ovi Shabbat Shamayim Gozer Alai, so the feeling, a Yid feels so strongly, the Ovi Shabbat Shamayim Gozer Alai, that it becomes that he can't eat it. So the same thing is, it should be such a feeling that there can't Chila Shabbos. It's impossible. It can't be. And when you see that it happens, so you feel like, oh, you can live with it. You can live with it. I mean, I read a story about a whole family of a certain Hasidus that they went off to death. It's Mizazeh, Mamash, shakes you up to hear that such a thing is possible. The whole family went off to derech altogether. How could it be such a thing? I mean, you start thinking, the mind starts working. I mean, we shouldn't even hear such stories. When you hear such a thing, you start thinking, what are they going to do in Shabbos? How are they going to have Shabbos? How are they going to have Cholent? How are they going to have Yom Tov? How are they going to have all these pleasures, Shabbos and Yom Tov? And yet, you see, the thing is, because these people, inside, they were already hollowed, they were empty long time ago. These feelings of Kedushas Shabbos, they're a long time ago, they lost it. And Shabbos was really only Cholent, that's all it was. So it wasn't so
Rabbi Kaplan, we're taking a break now, thank you.